Hello everybody, Tohamu Pro here. Welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be reviewing Sabaton's new album, The Last Stand. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Sabaton is like literally one of my favorite, if not my favorite metal band. I don't know, I just like their songs a lot. I've been listening to them for quite a while. I haven't seen them live yet though, which is a shame. Anyway, so since I'm a big fan, I was very excited when their album The Last Stand came out. And, there was a lot of hype around it. The singles they released were mostly pretty good. So I had high expectations, and let me just say that this album did not disappoint. Now, I am going to go through track by track just to give you an overview in case if you just want my opinion on them. And I'm going to kind of give an overall opinion on the feeling I have of the record. Anyway, so the first song on the album is called Sparta, which obviously is the Battle of Thermopylae, what you saw in the movie 300. It seems more so based off of the movie 300 than the historical account, although obviously there isn't that much. But they're going to use all that cheesy quotes from the show and stuff like that. It would sound cool except for the fact that people say it over and over again, like, tonight we dine in hell, the arrows will block out the sun, stuff like that. But I don't really mind. It's a good song. It's not my favorite, but I listen to it here and there. It's a good song. But again, all this stuff is personal preference. But there we go. Next is a song called The Last Dying Breath. Well, it's called Last Dying Breath, not the. And it's basically takes place in World War I when Belgrade was under siege by, not under siege, it was being attacked by, I believe, the German army. I'm not 100%. Anyway, and the mayor of the city gave like this speech and everything, and everyone fought hard. I don't remember the outcome of the battle, but anyway. In terms of the song, it's a pretty good song. Now, to be honest, this is one of the songs that feel like filler or just kind of like a throwaway song, like not something you'll remember, nothing to write home about, but definitely isn't a bad song. It's just kind of the thing, if you have it in a playlist and it pops up, whatever, but you're not gonna like go out of your way to listen to it. But I don't know, I guess if you're from Belgrade or something, then yeah, go ahead, listen to it, I guess. I don't know. Now, this song Blood of Bannockburn is one of the singles that came out before the album came out, and it's basically about Scottish war, against England. They're fighting for their independence, and it was one of the first battles they had, so obviously there's a lot of symbolism, and they are the underdogs since England's always, the powerful one, and at the time they won, and they were really happy about that. Though, unfortunately, we all know what happened at the end. You can just look on a map nowadays, but yeah, it's a really good song, guys. I mean, I don't know if everyone's gonna be in love with the bagpipes and stuff, but to me, like, I'm a big fan of Dropkick Murphys and stuff, and I know it doesn't sound like them, but it's just nice to hear bagpipes with like a kind of hard rock tune to it. I don't know. It was a really good song, to be honest. It's one of the best songs on the album. Even if you don't really like it too much, you have to admit it's definitely not a throwaway song, unless you like really don't like bagpipes, which who dislikes bagpipes? I mean, come on, let's be realistic. Everyone likes it. Anyway, then they have this weird thing called Diary of the Unknown Soldier, which is just an intro for the next song, The Lost Battalion. Now, this is the first single that came out, and when it first came out, a lot of people liked it, mostly because of the hype. It was a good song, and but now that we have all the other things, I find a lot of people don't like it as much, and honestly, I can't blame them. It's honestly, like, it's not a bad song at all, but it's different from most of their songs, kind of chanty. And something interesting is they used different machine guns as the drums. Like, I don't remember exactly, but they used like a 50 cal and stuff like that. And it sounds pretty cool. again, it's one of the songs. I would not call it filler because a lot of times, people associate that as like the main song of the album because that's like the first we ever heard of this album before. But it's similar to Last Dying Breath, as in you kind of listen to it if it's in a playlist, but I personally don't usually go out of the way to listen to it. But that's just me. Now, next song is Rorke's Drift, which, if you don't know, it's the battle that happened in Zulu. I don't know if you watched that. It's an awesome movie, though. You should watch it. It's basically there's a missionary post guarded by British soldiers. Not very many of them. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, they're there, and Zulus, which if you don't know is like a sort of a tribe, but they're more so like the kingdom in South Africa at the time. They ruled most of South Africa, but then obviously in modern times they got kind of pushed back to the corner. But anyway, they attacked this post, and the British were completely outnumbered, but there were a whole bunch of Zulus just like, charging them, except the Zulus had spears, and that's it. A few of them had firearms, but not really enough to make too big of a difference. And the British obviously had their rifles and muskets and stuff, so they had an advantage, but they were completely outnumbered. And yeah, this song, honestly, like, I like the history behind it. I already like the movie Zulu, so that kind of makes me like the song more. But I personally, it's a good song. A lot of people like it. I personally, it's not my favorite song ever, but just listen to it yourself. I mean, nowadays you don't have to buy the album. You can get on Spotify or watch on YouTube before you buy it if you want. But this song, honestly, you can like it if you want. It's a good song, but I personally am not a big fan of it musically. Now, The Last Stand. This song is one of my favorite songs on the album. So it's basically, I don't remember what year it was, but there were these crusaders who came back to Europe expecting to be paid by, I don't know, the Catholic Church, and were not paid. And as a result, they kind of like did a sack on Rome, and they're trying to kill the Pope. And the Swiss guards, if you go to the Vatican nowadays, they have them there, but they basically protected the Pope and helped him sneak out of the city to some other castle. And this song, honestly, like, it's really cool. Like, even if you're not Christian, I'm not Christian or anything, but it's a good song. The rhythm is pretty cool. It's one of the songs they have at the end of all of the singles on YouTube. So obviously there's a lot of hype around it, but it's a good song. I don't see how someone could dislike it. Mostly it's just like the tune of it, like, just sounds really cool to me. But whatever. This is one of the songs, like, I could see a lot of people saying this is their favorite song on the album. I don't know if I could pick one favorite, but this is definitely one of them. And next song is Hill 3234, which is basically the Soviet-Afghan war, where they, Soviets on top of a hill and Afghans charging them, and the Soviets won even when they're completely outnumbered. Yeah, it's a good song. I don't know. I mean, when I first heard it, I didn't really like it, but it's kind of growing on me, I had it stuck in my head today, and when you have a song stuck in your head, but you don't actually listen to it for a long time, and you finally listen to it, then you kind of like it more, which I think that's kind of the effect that happened on me. The Last Stand, never mind, wait, Shiroyama, yeah, I don't care about pronouncing it, whatever. This is another single, and it's a lot of people's favorite song. I mean, it's really cool. It's basically a story. If you saw The Last Samurai, it's that. Basically, their Imperial Japan wanted to, like, I don't know, they had like a conflict with the samurais, and there's 500 of them, and they all have swords and armor mostly, against like a whole bunch, like a lot, I think 30,000 Imperial Japanese soldiers. And obviously, if you have 30,000 people, it's pretty hard to lose, unless if you're Persian and you're fighting against Spartans. But like, I don't know, but all 500 of the samurais were killed, but they definitely went out with a fight. You know, they killed a whole bunch of uh, imperial soldiers. Anyway, it's a really good song and a lot of people's favorite song. And getting to the end, Winged Hussars. It's another song. It's more. It's like a lot of people really like it. I personally, it's not a bad song. I definitely listen to it a lot, but it's not my favorite either. But it's a pretty good song. There's a lot of hype around it. Like there's like a little animation cartoon that came out a few hours before the album came out. I don't know. A lot of people like it, and I can't blame them. It's a good song. It's just personally not my favorite. Kind of the same story with Rorke's Drift, but meh. And then the last like actual song on the album is "The Last Battle," which is another one of probably my favorite songs. It's the story of the last battle of World War II, and there were the SS soldiers held up in a castle in Switzerland, and some German soldiers joined up with not when I say German soldiers, I mean I don't want to pronounce it, but part of the German army, not part of the SS. Not the SS is loyal to the Nazi party. The German army is obviously they're still loyal to Hitler, but they're kind of independent. But whatever. They joined with the American soldiers in fighting against the SS in this last battle, which is name of the song. It's a really good song, guys. It's kind of similar to Last Battle and Last Stand. They both have like a good rhythm to it and everything. Yeah, those two are probably my favorite songs on the album. Although I do like Shiroyama a lot. Anyway, and then there's these bonus songs, which are pretty cool. So there's this song I listened to before I found it. You know how Spotify recommends songs to you? And usually they're not like super popular. They're kind of like indie, or not indie, but stuff that aren't super mainstream nowadays. There's a song called Camouflage by Stan Ridgway. It was a pretty good song. I don't remember what genre I'd put it in, but not metal at all. So I listened to that, and it was kind of there back in my mind. I check out the album, and Camouflage, they have a cover of that as a bonus track, and I probably like it more than most people because I already kind of like the song, so it's kind of cool just to see like something which you normally wouldn't associate with that song to kind of do a cover of it. It's just pretty cool, like if you meet like a YouTuber in real life that you're not like a big fan of, but like they're not horrible, when you meet them, even if it's not like the best thing ever, it's kind of cool, because they're famous, and it's kind of like reminds you I don't know, they're normal people. Anyway, but it's sort of like the same thing with this. This song Camouflage is not a very popular song anymore, unfortunately, but it's kind of cool to see him somewhat popular within the metal genre, not mainstream or anything, but to see like a popular band do a cover of it, especially if they're your favorite like mine, it's pretty cool. And then they have a cover of Judas Priest called All Guns Blazing, and I made music videos for both of these bonus tracks on my second channel, so definitely check those out if you want. Those are All Guns Blazing is a good song, It's already a metal song though. A lot of people prefer the original, but they're both cool. Anyway, you don't get the album for the bonus tracks, but they definitely don't hurt the album if you ask me. Anyway, overall, it's not the best album in existence, but honestly, like for me, every time I listen to a song, I like it more than I did previously. So I don't know what's up with my throat today, but yeah, every time I listen to it, I like it more than previously. Now, I don't foresee any of these songs being like as popular as Carolus Rex or anything, but you know what? Not every album is gonna be like a standout album, and you know what? Who knows? I can see some songs on here being one of those standout tracks, like Shiroyama, Winged Hussars, stuff like that. I hope songs like The Last Battle and The Last Stand, my two favorite songs, kind of come out as one of the more popular songs, but who knows? They're kind of different from the norm. But anyway, what I'm saying is that none of these songs are necessarily the caliber of like Panzerkampf or Ghost Battalion, or is it Ghost Battalion or Ghost Division? Yeah, Ghost Division or Carlos Rex, but they're definitely good songs, and I would definitely check it out. I mean, let's be honest, you're just watching this to see someone talk about it. I mean, if you're remotely interested in Sabaton, you probably already listened to their new album. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. Definitely comment if you have any suggestions on videos you want me to make. Also, check out my second channel. I've been uploading, especially if you're watching this like just into Sabaton. Like, I made 2 Sabaton music videos on there, and I'm hoping to make more, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.